result obviously wasn't what you wanted, but what do you think you may have shown today in coming back, overcoming all the adversity that you had in this game, including losing your center and also already being down to?
Let's say God's present.
What about just the ability? I mean, do you think you showed just the moxie, the never say die, relentlessness, the ability to just come back and just fight to the bitter end?
I've been this way. So this is God showing a lot of people who I am. You know, a lot of circumstances, you know, what sometimes get you mentally not in your best place, you know, and you got to find your happy place. You got to find that it for you. So I think that's kind of I've been praying and doing a lot, you know, talking to God this week in general to get back to that place.
They tried to corner him, but Shedeur Sanders walked into that post-game press conference like a boss, calm, sharp, and still glowing from that Titans beatdown. Reporters came ready with their usual setup questions, hoping to twist his words, but Shedeur wasn't having it. He shut the whole thing down with confidence, wit, and that quiet swagger that screams control. The way he handled that room was pure dominance. When Shedeur laughed about calling a play that failed in practice but worked perfectly in the game, he wasn't just being funny. He was showing them how surface level their questions were. This man had just dropped nearly 400 yards on Tennessee, carried Cleveland on his back, and still had time to school the media on how to ask real football questions.
No, we just called it in the game and it didn't work in practice. I don't think you call plays in a game that didn't work in practice.
This is the best quarterback play they've seen in probably a decade. You know, 364 total passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 29 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, leading passer and rusher, 97.3 QB rating. Shedeur Sanders looked it.
It's wild. He walks in after torching the Titans, and instead of breaking down the brilliance behind his reads or how he dissected their defense, they come with lazy, recycled questions that sound like they were written before kickoff. Asking if that touchdown was intentional? Seriously? Shedeur already explained the whole play, and they still couldn't keep up. It was embarrassing. Cleveland's media keeps proving why players barely give them energy. They chase viral moments, not real analysis. They act like they're covering rocket science while the quarterback himself is spelling out the logic step by step. It's not journalism, it's fishing for sound bites and hoping one catches fire online. Meanwhile, Shedeur stayed cool under pressure, flipping every weak question back on them without breaking a sweat. Every calm answer, every smirk, every confident laugh turned their little traps into lessons. Once again, he didn't just win on the field, he won the press room too. And seriously, if these reporters are so confident, why don't they throw those same wild questions at Coach Stefanski? They won't dare, because he'd shut them down before they even finish the sentence. They only go after Shedeur because he's young, accessible, and shining too bright for their comfort. Instead of grilling the man actually making the play calls, they target the quarterback who's carrying the whole offense like a vet. It's weak. If they really wanted answers, they'd question Stefanski's shaky decisions, his random play calling, and his flat-out inconsistency. But no, they play it safe with the coach and push nonsense toward the guy who just played like an MVP. That's what makes Shedeur's composure so impressive. While they were stumbling over baited questions, he responded like a pro, calm, smart, and completely in control. When one reporter tried to suggest that a certain play call might have been some kind of fluke or mistake, Shedeur didn't even blink. He broke it down with total clarity, saying nothing on that field is random. Every single call is practiced, every play has purpose, and if it didn't make sense, they wouldn't even run it. He said it straight, no drama, no shade, just truth. That's football IQ on full display. He made it clear that success doesn't come from luck. It comes from preparation, repetition, and belief in the plan. Meanwhile, the media looked lost, like they couldn't keep up with a quarterback explaining the game better than half the analysts covering it. This whole exchange showed exactly why Shedeur stands apart. He's not just physically gifted, he's mentally sharp. The media tried to twist the moment into controversy, but instead, he turned it into a masterclass on leadership and awareness. They wanted a headline, but he gave them facts. And in doing so, he exposed just how clueless some of these so-called experts really are. The Browns media just can't help themselves. They love to question Shedeur with the same tired assumptions, acting like every big play he makes just happens by accident, but every move he makes on that field is calculated, practiced, and built through hours of hard work. When Shedeur answers with calm confidence, you can feel the professionalism pouring out of him while the reporters scramble to keep up. It's wild to watch. Instead of hunting for controversy, maybe they should take notes on how to actually analyze a game. Because while they chase drama, Shedeur's out here focused on one thing: winning and playing smart football.
Is he the intended target there? And when you let it go, did you know he was going to go get it?
Nah. All right, come on.
No, I mean, I'm saying it was a great pass.
Who would be the intended target?
The whole play, not the throw, the whole play. When you come up
I got you. Yes.
That's what real respect looks like. And then came the moment that showed exactly why Shedeur isn't like anyone else in this league. When they asked about bouncing back from losing his center and trailing during the game, he didn't just talk stats or plays, he got real. He said, "This is God showing people who he truly is," and you could feel the emotion in his words. That's not just about football, that's about faith, grit, and purpose. It showed the mental strength driving him, even when the pressure's crushing and everything feels chaotic. See, that kind of mindset can't be coached or copied. It's real. It comes from deep inside. Most players start pointing fingers or breaking down under the spotlight, but not Shedeur. He stays centered, keeps his composure, and finds his balance even when the game turns ugly. That's leadership, not luck. He's not out here blaming anyone. He's embracing the moment and growing through it. And honestly, that's what separates him from so many others. Shedeur's showing that greatness isn't just about stats. It's about faith, character, and emotional toughness. But here's the twist. No one's asking the real questions. If Shedeur's mental strength kept the team alive, where was Coach Stefanski's backbone when things fell apart? Where was his fire when the team lost its rhythm? Why isn't he the one being grilled for how the Browns handled those tough moments? Shedeur stepped up, so why is the coach getting a pass? If the media actually wanted real answers, they'd be grilling Coach Stefanski about his lack of adjustments. Why didn't he fix what clearly wasn't working? Why does this team always look lost when the game's on the line? Instead, reporters keep circling Shedeur with petty questions, trying to trip him up while the coach hides behind the curtain. Enough is enough. It's time the spotlight shifts to where it belongs. The man calling the plays. Stefanski is supposed to turn adversity into wins, not confusion into excuses. Meanwhile, Shedeur's the one showing all the qualities you'd expect from a real leader: grit, faith, and calm under fire. Even after throwing a big touchdown, he didn't make it about himself. He showed total class. Instead of celebrating his own moment, he made sure to uplift his teammate, Jerry Jeudy, who's clearly been struggling this season. That's rare maturity, especially in this league where everyone's fighting for attention. Shedeur didn't throw Jeudy under the bus or shade anyone. He talked about how one positive play can lift an entire locker room, how it can bring light to a teammate who's had a rough stretch. That's heart right there. He even gave credit to the coaching staff for preparing the team properly, showing he knows success doesn't come from one man, but from the group working together. That's humility in motion. This is what leadership looks like. Shedeur's focus isn't on headlines or clout, it's on team energy, morale, and getting better every week. Compare that to Jeudy's season, it's been rocky. Between inconsistent performances and questionable public moments, people are starting to ask if his mindset is really locked in. While Jeudy's battling his own frustration, Shedeur's out here staying calm, positive, and locked into the mission. He's the emotional anchor this team desperately needs, proving that when chaos hits, he's the one keeping everything from falling apart. That's exactly what makes Shedeur stand out. He's composed, focused, and refuses to let emotions drag him down.
Harold, the last touchdown, is he the intended target there? And when you let it go, did you know he was going to go get it?
Nah. All right, come on.
No, I mean, I'm saying it was a great pass.
Who would be the intended target?
The whole play, not the throw, the whole play. When you come up
I got you.
Even when others can't do the same. If Jerry Jeudy really wants to reach that next level, he's got to match Shedeur's respect, discipline, and mindset. It's not just about skill, it's about carrying yourself like a professional, keeping your cool, and showing up for your team no matter what. Right now, Shedeur's carrying the whole offense on his back with pure leadership and poise, quietly reminding everyone that real success isn't just built on talent, it's built on heart, patience, and respect. What makes this even more powerful is how Shedeur handled that public tension with Jerry Jeudy. Most players would have turned it into a full-blown drama, throwing shade or clapping back, but not him. Just last week, when the situation could have easily escalated, he kept it real and humble. He talked about forgiveness, about moving forward, and about putting all negativity aside. That's growth, that's maturity. He made it clear that grudges don't win games. Focus and teamwork do. His message wasn't just for Jeudy, it was for everyone watching. When Shedeur said he's choosing to focus on the game instead of hate, he showed what true leadership looks like. That's emotional intelligence at its best. He knows that football isn't just physical, it's mental, spiritual, and about unity. His faith isn't just in God, it's in his teammates too. And that belief pulls everyone together when things get tough. And the best part? He doesn't pretend that conflicts don't happen. He owns it, addresses it, and moves on with grace and wisdom. That's rare in a league where egos run wild. Shedeur's ability to rise above the noise, keep the locker room energy positive, and still perform at a high level.
Speaking of Jerry, just on the touchdown throw to him, how did that play sort of develop? What did you see? And then how nice was it to be able to connect with it for that score?
It was truly exciting being able to connect with him, because I know the season in a lot kind of like hasn't gone the way he wanted to this year. So the fact that, you know, one decision could bring somewhat joy in his life and be able to help the team out overall, that brings me peace, that brings me happiness, you know. So just being able to just see clearly, being able to do what I need, you know, and the staff and everybody helping me and get me prepared how I need to get prepared.
Proves he's more than just a quarterback. He's the soul of this team. That's why he thrives under pressure, because his focus is never on the drama. It's on the mission. And that's the real difference between Shedeur and everyone else. He doesn't just talk leadership, he lives it. While others get lost in emotion, he keeps his eyes on the mission and his heart steady. You can see it in every drive, every huddle, every press conference. Shedeur carries himself like a man who understands the weight of representing an entire city. He knows that being the face of Cleveland isn't just about highlight throws or big wins. It's about handling pressure with grace and turning tension into strength. The energy around him is shifting fast. Even veterans are starting to notice that his calm energy changes the whole vibe of the locker room. He walks in and suddenly everyone's locked in, focused, ready to grind. That's what real leadership looks like. It's contagious. You can tell he's not trying to outshine his teammates, he's trying to elevate them. And that's something this franchise hasn't had in a long time. Meanwhile, the media keeps trying to stir up distractions instead of recognizing what's actually happening right in front of them. They're watching a young quarterback evolve into the leader this city's been praying for, and they still can't give him full credit. Every week he proves he's got not just the arm, but the mentality, the discipline, and the emotional strength to carry a team that's still figuring itself out. What's wild is how Shedeur's maturity puts the pressure back where it belongs, on Stefanski. Because if your quarterback is showing that kind of control, why isn't your head coach matching it? How can the player show more structure than the man running the playbook? That's the kind of question people need to be asking. But while the noise keeps building around him, Shedeur stays grounded. He's locked in, laser-focused, and unbothered by the chaos. He's not just rewriting Cleveland's reputation, he's rebuilding its culture. And if he keeps this up, there won't be any debate left about who's really leading this team. It'll be Shedeur Sanders standing tall in the middle of every storm, proving that real leadership doesn't need headlines. It creates them. Every week, Shedeur Sanders keeps proving that pressure doesn't break him. It builds him. You can feel it in the way he commands the game, like the moment gets bigger and somehow he gets calmer. It's crazy how he makes chaos look controlled, how he turns broken plays into statement drives. That's the mark of a real franchise quarterback, the one who doesn't just play football but changes it. Even his critics can't deny it anymore. They wanted to see him fold, wanted him to lash out or crumble under scrutiny, but instead, he's thriving in the fire.
Obviously, me and Jerry had that dispute or whatever last week, but, I had faith in him. He had faith in me. And everybody put everything aside and, okay, cool, let's go out there and play ball. God forgive everybody else, so why not let's forgive each other, So that's, when you go in situations, you have no negativity, no hate on your heart, no anything, and you out there enjoying, having fun, then...
Every bad question, every unfair headline, it just fuels his focus even more. You can see it in his eyes when he walks off the field. This man isn't just trying to win games, he's rewriting Cleveland's entire football identity. The Browns have been desperate for someone who could change their narrative, and now they finally got him. The city feels it too. Every touchdown, every comeback, every quiet clap after another flawless throw, it's all starting to sound like hope again. Fans aren't just watching, they're believing. It's like Cleveland finally found its heartbeat again, and it's wearing number 2. Shedeur doesn't need to say much. His game does all the talking, and lately, it's been shouting louder than ever. And while Stefanski keeps fumbling through the same tight, predictable play calling, Shedeur's out there improvising brilliance. It's almost ironic. The rookie-looking coach playing scared and the young quarterback playing fearless. The contrast couldn't be louder. One man's coaching to avoid mistakes, the other's playing to make history. Every time Shedeur steps on that field, it's a reminder that leadership isn't given. It's earned through resilience, humility, and results. He's not waiting for validation, he's taking it. He's outshining the system that was supposed to hold him back, and now the only thing Cleveland needs to do is realize what's right in front of them. This isn't just another good season, it's the start of something real, something powerful. Shedeur Sanders isn't just saving the Browns, he's redefining what leadership in Cleveland looks like. And the best part, he's only getting started. In a league full of drama and egos, Shedeur Sanders stands out as the definition of maturity and control. While other players might drag disputes through the mud and let emotions mess with team chemistry, Shedeur keeps his focus locked on the mission, winning and leading with class. His leadership doesn't just calm the storm, it changes the atmosphere. He's setting the tone for what accountability, faith, and real teamwork should look like. He's not just throwing passes, he's throwing lessons in professionalism. Every press conference, every quote, every moment he steps in front of a mic, he proves he's not about excuses or noise. He's about action. That's rare in this game. And the best part? He's doing it all with grace and confidence, making the media look silly when they try to twist his words. This week, he didn't just dominate on the field, he exposed how clueless some of these reporters are. Calm, sharp, and unbothered, he handled every question like a vet and walked away with the win both on and off the turf. That's what real leadership looks like: measured, humble, and impossible to shake. If you respect real talent and real composure, this is the kind of player you need to keep watching. Shedeur isn't just the future of Cleveland, he's the standard. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more honest takes and game-changing highlights. And tell me in the comments, what moment from Shedeur's game had you saying, yeah, this man is built different? See you on the next one.